Hey guys, welcome to YOGATX. I'm Jen Hilman, and today I have an excellent video for you to help reduce your sciatic pain, low back, and hip pain. So I've got some really simple stretches I want to show you. And this is a short video for those of you that don't have a whole lot of time. I know that life gets busy and hectic, so it's not always easy to set aside 30 minutes or an hour to do a full yoga practice. So I've designed this video to get straight to the heart of the issue. I'm going to show you some stretches that will help you to target those areas, your tight hips that are causing that sciatic pain. So let's go ahead and get started doing these really great stretches that are going to help you reduce that pain right away. So favorite this video and get ready to follow along with me. This is for those of you that are ready to do some yoga. Target your issues now and get up and on with your day, all right? So yoga on the go. Let's get started sitting in a comfortable seat. So we are going to begin on the floor, and our first pose, I'm going to have you bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart wide. So if your hips are very tight, then your knees may be up kind of high. That's totally okay. You just want to let gravity gently, slowly start opening your knees out towards the side. You can even place your hands on top of your knees and apply a little gentle pressure to help your knees open out. You're going to start to feel a gentle stretching sensation along your inner thighs. So if this is where it's tight for you, we've got to start here, opening up your inner thighs to start to access those outer thighs. It's all connected, so we've got to work with the whole body. So lift up on your spine. One thing that I find really helpful is to hold on to my ankles. Then I can use my hands to pull and give me a little traction to help me lift my spine up even more. So really grow tall out of your spine. And here you'll start to feel your abdominals engage as your knees and thighs start to stretch open. Okay? So if you're very tight, this might be enough stretch for you right here. You're welcome to stay here as long as you can. Lifting, growing tall, letting your knees gently open to the side. As you're ready to move a little deeper into this stretch and start to access those outer hip muscles where your sciatic pain begins, let's start to gently fold forward. Reach forward with your chest to begin, really lengthening your spine as you fold. So you see, I'm just really hinging at my hips here, keeping my spine long, reaching my chest forward, and now I'm starting to get that stretch in my outer hips. So just breathe here. Always work with your breath. So where your muscles are tight and constricted, if you deepen your breath, take some full inhales and full exhales, it's really going to help you soften your muscles and open up into this stretch a little more. Take one more inhale, really reach your heart forward, and as you exhale, we'll fold your body down. Just let it fold. Release your spine as far forward as you can. Now, if you're having any pain here, start to back out of the stretch. So we're riding that edge between like hurts so good and hurts so bad. So if you're starting to have any sensation that's really uncomfortable, that's causing you pain, then you need to come out of it and really listen to your body's boundaries. But if you're getting that stretch sensation that's like, ooh, it's stretching, it's kind of hurting, but it feels good, that's right there in the safety zone. That's where we're really starting to access those muscles and stretch and lengthen out those muscle fibers. So wherever you are, just breathe into the stretch sensation and let your body slowly start to open and relax. Remember, always remember your deep and relaxed breath. That's going to help you every time. And slowly start to press yourself all the way back up if you folded forward. And just notice how your hips are already starting to feel a little bit more loose and relaxed. So the next pose I'm going to show you, we're actually going to lie down onto your back. Okay, so come all the way down onto the floor. And you can bring your feet, all right. So here you want to bring your feet flat on the floor with your knees up towards the ceiling. Let's start with the right side. So cross your right ankle over your left knee. You're going to want to press your right knee away from you. So you have like a figure 4 shape in your legs. Now start to draw your left knee up towards your chest. Reach your right hand through your legs and your left hand around. So you're going to grab onto the outside of your shin, or if this is uncomfortable, you can actually reach underneath and grab a hold of your hamstring. So whatever feels the best for you is fine. But you're going to use your arms to help you draw your knee closer towards your chest, really pulling it in as much as you can. Now the key here is to keep your right knee moving away from your right shoulder. You can even use your right elbow to gently press your right knee away. Now the more you can press your right knee away from you, the more sensation you're going to feel along your outer right hip. So this leaves you in control. You're in the driver's seat, so you can determine how much stretch is enough to help you loosen up your tight hip muscles. So once you find that best stretch for you, just pause here and breathe. And while you stretch, I'll just mention to you that sciatic pain stems from the sciatic nerve. So the nerve comes out of your spinal cord and moves through all of your glute muscles. So all of those tight muscles in your butt and your hips basically squeeze and compress on the sciatic nerve, and that's what causes all that shooting pain through your hip and down your leg. So that's why we've got to stretch out these hip muscles to loosen their grip on your sciatic nerve and release that tension. So let's try the left side. Gently release your left leg down and uncross your right leg. So you pause in the center, bringing both feet flat on the floor. And then cross your left leg over your right knee. Okay, so you press your left knee away, opening that figure 4 position in your legs. Then start to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Reach your left leg through your legs and your right arm around. Remember, you can grab onto either your shin or reach for the back of your hamstring. Whatever feels the most supportive to you is fine. And gently start to draw your right knee closer to you. At the same time, press your left knee away from you. So I'm using my left elbow here to apply a gentle pressure into my left thigh to help me keep my knee moving away. And this is helping to increase the sensation through my left leg. So I'm feeling a stretch across my left hip and even kind of down the outside of my left thigh a little bit. So there's a lot of sensation happening here. Wherever you're feeling it, that's going to be wherever you're holding the most tension. So we just breathe and stay calm. Love your body. Pull that knee in towards your chest. Stretch into your hip. Just being with your body, noticing the sensations. And then as you're ready, slowly release, bringing your right foot down to the floor. Gently uncross your left leg. And for this next stretch, we'll go ahead and sit back up. So you can roll over onto one side and press yourself up. And now we are going to move into a pigeon pose. So this is our most challenging pose of this sequence. And so I'll show you some ways that you can modify it to help you if you need. All right, so the aim of this pose is to ultimately bring your shin parallel to your shoulders. Now, if your hips are very tight, this is not going to happen right away, so no pressure. This just gives you an idea the direction that we're heading, okay? So we're going to start with the right side, bringing your shin as close to parallel as you can. Then slowly start to extend your left leg back behind you. Ultimately, you're going to want to bring the top of your left knee down so the top of your thigh reaches down towards the floor. So some of you with very tight hips, you might need to press your hands down and actually lift your hips away from the floor. If you need to lift your hips, that's perfectly fine. If your hips are very tight, you're gonna feel it. So lift up as much as you need and let your body weight slowly, gently start to stretch your hips down towards the floor. If your shin does not want to come parallel to the front edge of your mat or parallel to your shoulders, you can bend your knee in a little more, and that's gonna take some of the pressure off of your hip. So this is just another way to modify this pose to make it a little more accessible if your hips are very tight. Also, if you have any pain in your knee, that could also be a result of tension through your thighs and through your hips. So bending your knee a little bit more is going to relieve that pressure. All right, now the most important thing in this pose is to make sure that your right shoulder is lined up with your right knee. So you don't want your knee to come right down the middle, but you're actually opening your knee out to the side a bit. This is going to help you get the most access into your outer hip. So we're just going to breathe here, opening through your hip. And once you find the best position that serves your body, you can slowly start to fold forward. So again, if your hips are lifted away from the floor, you might not want to fold forward. It might be best for you to just keep your body upright, one breath at a time, sinking deeper into your hips. If you're folding forward, use this as a tool to help you get deeper into the stretch. Always remember to breathe. This is going to be the main key that helps your muscles to relax and soften and release that tension. And slowly press yourself all the way back up. Lift through your heart. Now to switch to the other side, just shift your weight onto your right hip. And you can bring your left leg around to the front. So this pigeon pose is complicated. There's a lot of things going on. So take your time as you get into this pose. All right, so you'll start by setting up your front leg. Try and bring your shin parallel to your shoulders as much as you can, comfortably and safely. Then slowly start extending your right leg back behind you. You're gonna want to bring the top of your thigh towards the earth. So your right hip wants to roll down towards the earth. Now remember, if your hips are very tight, you can lift up. Use your hands to help support your weight, lifting your hips away from the earth. You could even put a pillow or cushion, maybe a rolled up blanket or something right underneath your hip here to give you some extra support if you need it. You can also bend your left knee a little bit more to help release some pressure along your hip if you need to, okay? So you find the variation that supports your body the most. You always have the option to just keep your heart lifted, using your upper body weight to slowly sink your hips down towards the earth, okay? Just honor your body right where you are. This is a very challenging pose. If you'd like to take it another step further as things start to loosen up for you, you can slowly start to lower your heart towards the earth, slowly folding forward over your left leg. But remember, this option is just there to help you get deeper into your hips. If it's hurting or causing pain or causing more problems than it's helping, it's no pressure. You don't have to go to this extreme. Only fold forward if it's helping you get deeper into your hip in a way that feels safe, in a way that feels relaxing. Okay, so we're just gonna breathe here. Feel free to adjust your pose as you need. Just observing the sensations that you feel in your body. Really intense, and sometimes the desire is to just run away from it, to make it end. Maybe you hate it right now, you hate me for making you do it. That's okay, just breathe. It's not gonna last forever. And the benefits are profound, so we wanna just stay with it, okay? Hang in there, you've got this. I'm just gonna take another couple deep breaths. Stay focused, stay calm. And slowly start to press yourself back up. Okay, roll your weight onto your left hip so you can release your right leg around to the front. All right, so hopefully your hips are feeling a lot more loose, relaxed, and open. These are 3 stretches that you can practice every day if you want. They're gonna be super beneficial for relieving your low back pain, your hip tightness, and your sciatic pain. So if you haven't, favorite this video so it's easy to find, easy to come back to. And subscribe to the YOGATX channel. We've got lots of great content coming your way. In July, I'm gonna have a whole series of relaxation yoga. So it's gonna help you relieve your stress and help you to mellow out, which we all need in our crazy, busy lives. And in August, we're gonna have a really exciting 7-day weight loss yoga challenge. So lots of good stuff coming up on YOGATX. You don't want to miss it, so be sure and subscribe. And please visit my website, jenhilman.com. I've got lots of exciting things on the way. I'm going to be touring around the United States, teaching yoga and sharing my massage practice. So if you are interested in taking classes with me live and in person, visit my website and find out when I'm going to be in your town. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your comments. I love your feedback, and I look forward to sharing more yoga with you in the future. Namaste. Exhale back. And come all the way up to center. Bring your right hand across to your left knee, your left hand behind you. Just take a gentle twist through